I absolutely cannot believe that Christmas is here, and I could think of no better movie to do a theological analysis of right here on Christmas weekend than this one, It's a Wonderful Life. Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my theological analysis for It's a Wonderful Life. And I did pick this movie for this weekend because of what this movie is a picture of. It's a picture of something that we all know very well. We live in an age where it's so easy to look at Instagram and Facebook and look at everybody's perfect pictures and what looks like everybody's perfect lives, and to take that outward appearance and then compare that to our inward struggles and our inward disappointments and feel like we have totally missed it. It is easier now in our time, I think, than any other time to look at other people and where they are and totally not look at ourselves and where we really are, but just look at their place and go, dang, why am I not there? That is the story of George Bailey. George Bailey in this movie, It's a Wonderful Life, is a guy who has a life that is full of dreams. Through a series of unfortunate events, none of those dreams actually come true in his life. But you see, the problem with George Bailey in this movie is he thinks he's stuck in a town that he hates. He thinks he's stuck in a job at this bank, the savings and loan, a job that he never ever wanted. He thinks he's stuck with this super low paycheck. Like, he thinks this is the situation in life that he's stuck in. But he's wrong. That's not where he's stuck. Where he's stuck is where his focus is at. Throughout this entire movie, George is a good dude. He's a selfless dude. This is a man who lives right. He lives for others to make a difference in the lives of other people. This is a guy that is constantly making good decisions with his life. But where is he stuck? He's stuck with his focus. He's stuck on what he does not have, rather than looking at what he does have and being thankful for it. He's stuck looking at his brother who went to college when he wanted to go to college. His brother went to college with his money, so his brother went to college while he took care of this bank that he hated. His brother was supposed to come back and take over the bank for him so he could go live his life. But his brother got married. His brother was a football star in college. His brother went to World War II and came back a decorated hero with the Congressional Medal of Honor because he saved the lives of so many soldiers. His brother made an impression on this world. His brother made a difference and made an impact on the world. His brother, in a sense, has become the hero that he wanted to see himself become, that he could not become. He's got a friend from high school who was like a twerp back in the day. And this friend, based on a seed of an idea that George kind of just randomly spoken, started a business. And he gave George the opportunity to get on the ground floor, investing wise, and George didn't do it. But now this dude is rich and wealthy, and it's yet another missed opportunity for George, because had he invested at the ground floor, he could have been rich and he could have been wealthy. He's looking at these things as tremendous missed opportunities. When he looks at his own family, he looks at the house they live in, which is a nice house. But what does he see? He sees the draft. He sees the broken banister. He sees what is annoying him about the house. When he looks at his wife, when he looks at his kids, what does he see? He sees his low income and his inability to give them the lives he wants to give them, for them to wear the clothes, the fancy clothes he wants them to wear and things like that. He's seeing these missed opportunities. And because his eye is constantly down on these missed moments and these missed opportunities, it's taking George to a darker and darker and darker place until he comes to this false belief that he's worth more dead than he's worth alive. He has a life insurance policy, and he believes if he ends it all, the money for that policy would be better for his family than just him in his presence. He has brought himself to the point of this lie. It's only here at the end of his rope does he cry out to God for help, but it's because he's had his eyes down this entire time that he couldn't see the blessings constantly around him. Because his eyes were down this entire time, he couldn't see that God was always there for him. So it takes this angel, Clarence, to show up and show George an alternate reality. And in this alternate reality, George sees what life would be like if he wasn't born. And he sees the full measure of the impact of his life. This is what it takes for him to see the impact that his life that he considered to be boring and mundane, that he considered to be a failure, is a life that has touched more than he could have imagined. His brother should be dead. When they were kids, his brother almost drowned and he saved his brother's life. In a world where George isn't born, his brother died. In a world where his brother is dead, all those soldiers his brother saved also died. I mean, George couldn't even see the full extent of the impact of his life. So when you look at this movie, I think the main message of the movie is this: George wasn't stuck where he thought he was stuck. George was stuck with his focus in the wrong place, focused on what he feels like he missed out on, rather than focused on the blessings that he has and the things that are constantly surrounding him that are good, missing the fact that God is there for him that entire time, and that life, that joy, that meaning, the fullness that he was searching for everywhere else was with him all along. And I think the message of that movie rings true for us. It's easy for us to look at Facebook and Instagram and see what looks like the success of other people's. We don't know their struggles, but we look at that outward appearance and feel like we must have missed something big. And it's easy to look at that and focus on what we don't have rather than praising God for what we do have, being thankful for the blessings that are in our lives. And you know, one of the biggest blessings is this: God is here for you here and now, and always has been. I mean, the whole message of Christmas is this: your life has value. God the Son stepped out of heaven and was born a baby and humbled himself to being laid even in a feeding trough for a manger. Humbled himself to the point of death in his life. Humbled himself to the point of death because he placed that much worth and that much value on your life. That's the message of Christmas. God values you. God so loved you that he gave his one and only Son, that if you believe in him, you will not perish but have everlasting life. That is the whole message of Christmas. Your life has value. Our lives have value. And I think that's the picture that It's a Wonderful Life is trying to show us, that our lives have value. We think we're stuck here, but in reality, we're stuck with our focus in the wrong place. When we put that focus back on God, when we put the focus on the blessings in our lives and look up instead of down, it could change a lot of things. What did you think of It's a Wonderful Life? Be sure to let me know in the comments. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian. Next to that button is the bell. Click it so you're notified when I drop my next theological analysis, movie review, ranking video, trailer reaction, or whatever else. I'm Durbin. Thank you so much for checking out Durbania, and Merry Christmas.